Hi there, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. I'm your host, Pikachu, and we will be actually moving on to round two, or run two of this, I suppose, Let's Play series. So, a funny thing happened actually with run one. Somehow, in the in the middle of things, I hit the power button on my power bar, which connects to my computer and monitors and all, and it being a roguelike where it doesn't actually save until you quit, and even at that, it only, or I should say, it tries to run one save file only. So we lost save one. We were doing pretty well. So to be fair, I figured we would do another run, despite the fact that I said we'd kind of stick to one run here, but you know what, we'll go with it, and we'll just set up the world where it is once again, and I think we'll just go from there. So this time I figured we'd take a look at something new. I figured we'd remove some of the more iffy monster settings, but we'll try to kind of like build the game better, or build a slightly different world than what we used to have here. So we're still going to have slow zombies, but we're going to get rid of some of the really annoying monster types, and we'll focus on some of the other ones just for the sake of showing them, really. So we'll delete the world at the very game end, make the city slightly bigger, and we'll increase the city spawning rate, stuff like that. Scaling rate for monsters, keep it the same. We'll actually bump up spawning to slightly more, and as for NPCs, I'm actually also going to bump that up slightly more. Monster evolution, I'm pretty sure makes the monster stronger after a while. We'll bump that down. Because to the best of my knowledge, if you do play it with default settings, aka you have those Left 4 Dead-esque types of zombies, they do kill you pretty fast, and towns become a lot more deadly, so we'll keep something like that. I also updated my game to the newest version. I can't really tell what the difference is here, but did we used to have the settings for like Prison Break is something that I'm wondering. And I think the ordering here is different, but apart from that, yeah, that's pretty much that. So some fairly interesting settings. I think I'll go with, oh, I don't know, any of these really work. I think we'll go with actually the Prison Break setting, just for the sake of it, see how that goes. So I guess we'll start out as a convict with literally no clothes. We do have a glass shiv. We have one level melee by fault, and I suppose we'll get ourselves our nice set of skills again and go from there. But apparently we already start off as a psychopath, so we can we automatically have that, so that's kind of nice. So let's go through this and then scrap the essential things. So we do want quick. Quick is always useful to run away from things. Again, pack mule, very, very useful for carrying a lot of things. And here's some other useful ones. The main thing is that I want to get light step and hopefully weak scent, because ideally what you can do is that you can find a set of night vision goggles. The light step and the light scent keeps zombies away from you really rather nicely. So it'd be really cool if we could do that, but it's not exactly, it's not necessary per se. So yeah, that's that. What else can we throw up here for some more points? So, say for example, yeah, some of these things never really come into effect. So, for example, glass jaw. Chances are is that, yeah, zombies won't hit you in the head. For example, high thirst is terrible. You can have a tolerance for junk food and things like that, which isn't as bad. Some of these are absolutely terrible, though. So yeah, that's that. I think we might just I think we might want to switch on glass jaw, because again, to the best of my knowledge, that one doesn't come into effect too much. And oddly enough, fast metabolism, because like you you always have enough food, and food is always, generally speaking, pretty easy to find in my opinion. But the water is what's kind of difficult to find. But once you find a permanent source, you're pretty good for a little bit of a time. So I think we already have pack mule, stuff like that set up. So yeah, I guess now we get light step and weak scent. And I mean, if we really wanted to, we could get the night vision trait right off the bat here. It actually only costs 2 points, so that drops us down to 5 out of the 12 that were allotted, and I'm fine with that. Give our stats a good overall rounding, and I think we'll put slightly more into strength, honestly, instead of perception. And again, the skills we can pick up as we go along, so that's not critical. And hey, this is another thing that I did. I changed the what do you call it, the graphical pack for the game. So now it looks like this instead. So it's kind of a neat change, I guess. Oh, looks like we found our first zombie here. We can bash him down. I forgot to equip the the glass ship, but the zombie isn't doing much. So hopefully he'll die pretty fast. There we go. And we also got a level up for that. Right. So let's wield that weapon and let's go from there. So yeah, multiple graphics packs. I think it comes with the mod loader I have for the game. Oddly enough, it looks like we've spawned inside the middle of a... there we go. In the middle of the cafeteria inside the prison, eh? So we've got to figure out how we want to go, or how we want to get out of here, I guess. So these are just regular doors. And I guess the fun of this prison setup is maybe due to the very fact that we had to, escape. Okay, so this guy got in here. So we'll knock him off. We'll grab his flare. So all of these are locked. So how did that zombie get in? This might be a very short run if we can't figure this out. So I'm guessing, honestly, if we smash through one of these, that's going to take us somewhere... slightly somewhere else. Let's smash through some of these doors. And, oh, I see. So this is actually a giant pantry. So this is very, very useful. Granted that we have food. So this goes upstairs. Let's bash through all of this. Take a look up here. And great. So these bars, eh? Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to break through any of these bars. That holds up for us, but I don't know whether or not that holds up for the zombies, you see. So we might be able to get one of them to bash through the doors for us. Now, I'm pretty sure lockpicking would be inside this menu, so we might have to dance around here. Try to find ourselves a lock pick, or not a lockpick, a pin. Because once we have one of those, I think we're pretty set. Nope, no pins there, so maybe we have to smash through here. And let's just bash through all of these doors. See what's inside here. Let the zombie bash through it. And come on. So I mean, as you can probably tell from the log, we are hitting him for a decent amount of damage. It's just that I think one of these is a zombie cop, so he doesn't take as much damage. So let's see what we found. Found a Kevlar vest. That'll be very, very helpful. We can wear that immediately. We've found some cargo pants which we'll wear so that we can carry at least some amount of things. Nail. What can we use a nail for? Some bats, some things like that. Not terribly useful. Not terribly useful. Some cash cards. An expendable baton, which should be pretty deadly compared to what we're wielding right now. And is there anything back here? Some pants that fits. Gas masks. Some dresses. Some Western books. Some MBR vests, which is pretty good. We can actually drop the Kevlar for that. And the hard leg and arm guards are pretty useful. Some steel-toed boots. And a Remington shotgun without any ammo. So yeah, that is that. What is inside here? Some water and some splintered wood. Okay, so those seem like... So this I want to say seems like a toilet. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like we're damaging the bars, eh? What is over here? Some flashbangs, some weaponry. So, okay, so this looks like one of those, what do you call it? Guard terminal things. So, yeah, no, the baton can't go through these. So I don't think they'd set this up such that, I mean, there's no way to escape, right? So there has to be some way we can get through here. It's a lot of books. And we do have a flare, so we should be pretty good if something comes up. A downfield blanket. What is this? Hiding under here would all protect you from monsters. Oh. So this is, so we can use it as cape or something like that, which actually does have a purpose. So, found some antibiotics and stuff like that. We'll take that along our way because I don't know how much stuff we actually have. And along with us, there's a gas mask. These terminals are probably dead. If you guys remember from, or like I think you guys saw it, but if you can set fire to one of these building segments, you do actually, or you will rather, burn out a whole bunch of the terrain, which might be something that's worthwhile looking into. Now, the only question is how exactly do we do that? That might be slightly more difficult. So, that's not going to work. Yeah, no, nothing's going to get through that glass. Not that anything that we have, at least. We really need to get a bolt cutter, I think. Can we make anything? So this is kind of like a puzzle at this point. How exactly do we break through the glass? Or not necessarily the glass, but anything over here. So let's see what we can actually make. We need to get something, some weapon. I'm guessing. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything terribly good here. If only we had some sort of fire starter type of thing. Because the minute we can light a fire, I think what we can do is that the fire will burn out of control, and it should bring down sections of the roof and sections of the walls. So it's kind of a question as to, like, how exactly do we do that? And that's kind of what I'm wondering right now. It'd be also really useful to get the weapons in there. I think that might come into play in terms of how exactly do we break open something from here. Okay, so we have drinks. Can we, I don't think we can use these stoves is another thing, especially with the power being out. Let's see, so this is actually this section, the prisoner. Can I slip by here? No, I can't. Yeah, these are all cells. Can I break up anything here into into a pin, a bobby pin, because then we can start trying to pick out the locks. So yeah. Doesn't really look like we have any. That sucks. Has to be some way to go through here. We're already carrying the nails, so I don't think we can do anything with them in terms of picking any of the locks. None of these food items. I don't think they'll go around the route where it's like, you know, you gotta take something with the food items, right, and you have to use it for anything like that. Okay, so all of those doors are closed. None of the things up here have any value. I can't open any of those. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea how you'd even try to get through here. Let's take the oxygen tank. Maybe, I mean, oh. Yikes. So the zombie broke in, so that must have come from somewhere. Because I don't think I don't think we turned it on such that they just spawn randomly, right? So now we gotta figure out how exactly are they getting inside here. So all of these bars are locked. I think, yeah, there's no other doors I've tried up here. So it must have come from the staircase below here. So is it, no, it's not a dual case. Stairway. There's most definitely nothing up here anymore. All of these doors are intact, so it's not anything up here. Maybe there's something in the center of this room. So like, no, these are pillars. These are also pillars. Lots of chairs. And this is only an upward staircase. Huh. I think that might be, honestly, this run, because I do not see any way of getting out of here. Maybe it just spawns one or two zombies solely for the sake of, like, giving you a chance to get something to break through here. Because I'm pretty sure, there's nothing that will, like, give you a bobby pin to start off with. Now let's see. What about this thing? Can I disassemble the shotgun? No. Because it might just be, can I unload it? No. Yeah, because I was gonna say maybe we can unload it and then grab whatever from it, right? To use. And as it turns out, there's actually another prisoner here. But yeah, I don't think this will get anywhere. So I guess we'll move to round 3.